Hey, what's up guys? Craig here, and I am back playing Thymesia. Those of you who've been following with the channel here, the Craig stream, you know that I had challenged myself the day Thymesia came out, which was a couple weeks back, to complete the game the day it came out. So I sat down and I played this game for 9.5 hours straight until I finally got it done and defeated this game. Now, that said, I did not do a full thorough playthrough. There were some submissions I didn't do, definitely some areas I didn't explore, some bosses I didn't defeat. And so what I wanted to do now is record some videos of me doing a more thorough, we'll say a quote-unquote walkthrough. I tend to think of walkthroughs as, somebody who is an expert at a game. They know every little nook and cranny, and they show you guys how to play the game and find every little item that exists in the game. That's not really what this is. But this is intended to be a thorough playthrough where I go through every single submission, every area, every boss, and show you guys this complete game along with my commentary as I do it. So we're going to be splitting this up into parts. So this first part is going to be the introduction and maybe a little bit into the game, into the common area that we have, where we'll meet our NPC friends and see some of the functions in the area that we can do, and then we'll head into some of the submissions and main missions after that. Sound good? All right, as we get started, guys, if you would do me a quick favor and hit the like button for me, just to show me a little love as we get started here, and that goes a long way toward helping me to grow the channel. So if you wouldn't mind just hitting that like button for me as we get going, I'd really appreciate that. And always appreciate you guys for showing that love and support, because that goes a long way toward growing the channel. This channel only grows by you guys showing that support, and I don't take that for granted. So thank you guys so much for doing that as we get started here. All right, let's go. Let's get a new game started. All right, so this is my first game here. This one I did my challenge on. Like I said, I got 9 hours, 10 minutes, and 57 seconds through the game. And again, didn't complete all the sub-quests. It was mainly just the main quest. I think I did one sub-quest and part of another one. All right, let's go. Start a new game here. The lore and the storyline in this game is somewhat thin, I will say, but I don't think it's to the game's detriment. I mean, there's not a lot that I was left wanting as far as the storyline goes. Maybe a little bit more of a background onto how this disease, this plague, came to be. But it looks like there was some experimentations going on by some of the elites in society, and something went awry and led to this plague being unleashed on the populace. And of course the elites, they hunkered down and they put a bunch of rules in place for all the peasants while they continued to live their lavish lifestyle as normal. All right, here we go. So this area here, this is the basically the tutorial area. So I've already played this game, like I said, but I'm going to go through this and make sure you guys can kind of see how this works. I know a lot of you will watch these recordings because you're curious about the game. So I'll give you, like I said, this is going to be a thorough playthrough, thorough walkthrough of the game, so you kind of see everything the game has to offer. So we're moving with the left analog stick, sprinting with L3, using the right analog stick to look around, X to interact with objects. There we go. So you can see some objects over here. Administrative order. Due to the recent epidemic outbreak, Hermes Kingdom is declaring a state of emergency. All citizens must abide by the following orders. All citizens are forbidden from going out. Essential supplies will be distributed by the knights. Any sightings of plague-like symptoms or mutations must be immediately reported to the knights to be dealt with. Any corpses or unclean objects must be handed over to the relevant personnel for incineration and purification. Effective date immediately. Oh, wrong button here. That's not what I want to do. Get out of here. All right, there we go. Wanted to come here, check out the options here. I feel like that camera sensitivity. Yeah, I guess it's okay. It's okay. All right, here we go. Crumpled up piece of paper. Follow the commands and search for the cores. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Saber attack, wounds, and execution. Press R1 to perform a saber attack. Circle to dodge enemy attacks. Saber attacks deal damage to the enemy and leave wounds on them. Wounds are temporary and will heal after a short period if no more damage is inflicted. When the enemy's health and wounds are both 0, they will become dazed. Approach a dazed enemy to use R1 to execute them. Alright, so R1, that's our basic saber attack here. There's a nice execution blow there. I took a hit. That's okay. Wasn't trying to be the cleanest with it here. We're just messing around here. Get started here, whacking with the saber a little bit. All right, he's dead. Let's chop him up. There we go. All right, so we got a deflect here. Press L1 just before an enemy's attack hits Corvus to deflect it. Deflecting an enemy attack damages the enemy and negates any damage to Corvus. Okay, so this is something that on my challenge run, I did not do very well. Like I had a lot of trouble deflecting. I'd like to do more of that during this playthrough. So we're gonna see what we can do here. All right, that didn't go well. That came in a little faster than I thought it would. There we go. Oh, okay. So Corvus's health is low. We need to use the up analog stick to consume a potion. Can only carry a limited amount of potions at once. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and use that. All right, here we go. Let's do some deflecting here. We'll get better at this. All right, so it's 1 and 2. See, and I'm actually doing damage to that enemy just by deflecting. All right, I guess I kind of messed her up. She can't get around the fence. Come on. All right, you know what? I'm good with this. You're dead. All right, there we go. Let's rock. Yeah, so this tutorial area is pretty short, I believe. All right, we got to lock on, so press R3 to lock on, and you can switch which enemy you're locked on to by just hitting left and right there. Don't want to try to deflect her again. Maybe we deflect this guy. Oop, bad deflect. Bad deflect. I'm terrible at deflecting in this game. I admit it. Alright, so there's that. Come here, let's try to deflect her again. Like I said, I want to get better at it, so we're going to practice it. I'm terrible at it. Okay. Try again. I wonder if you just kind of like spam that button too. Spam the deflect. It's probably not a great idea, but alright, let's see. Yeah, so I kind of spammed it, but I think you still got to time it okay. Alright, we got a key to the plaza. Let's go. You are the devourer. Wield your claws. Tear apart the cursed bodies. All right, claw attack. R2 to perform a claw attack. Claw attack deals a lot of damage to enemy wounds and prevents them from healing. Okay. So you notice they'll have a white bar and a green bar. So I'm hitting that the white bar is going down here. And now if I hit him with this attack, it's going to take that green down. How? There we go. So obtaining a plague weapon. Each enemy has a unique plague weapon, and Corvus can reave this for his own use. Hold R2 to fully charge Corvus's claw and release to reave a plague weapon. Reave deals even more damage to enemy wounds and prevents them from healing. Corvus is vulnerable whilst charging his claw, so it is safer to perform on dazed enemies. So he's dazed, so we're going to charge this up. We took his weapon. All right, casting a reave plague weapon. Press triangle to cast a reave plague weapon. Reave plague weapons can only be used once. Corvus has super armor when casting plague weapons, but still takes damage. All right, so now you can see on the bottom right-hand corner there, we got an axe as a reaved weapon that we can use. A reaved plague weapon, I should say. Whoa, whoa. All right, so got her down. I think I saw another enemy over there. Yeah, I did. They both have axes. Let's see if we can take his axe. Oh, I wanted to get a parry on him. I wanted to get a nice deflect there, but we didn't get it. That's okay. All right, let's get head over here. Let's see what this weapon is. Oh, that's not a weapon. It's an orb. An anonymous soldier's diary 1. The King's Dagger and the Grey Armor, they are our last hope. They led the survivors and tried to make things right. The infected corpses were burned to purify them of the sickness. All right. We can go that way. I think there's something over here too. Let's see. There was just an enemy over here. Nothing worth looking at. All right, here we go. Alright, so we found our first beacon. So resting at a beacon will save current progress, refill potions, and restore health and energy. Resting at a beacon will also resurrect most enemies. So yeah, if they're not a mini boss or a boss, they're going to resurrect when we rest at one of these beacons. It looks like kind of a chair made out of tree roots. X activates the beacon. X also rests at an activated beacon. Alright, so let's light up the beacon. And we'll rest at it. Let's get our potions back since I use way too many of them. And you can see here right now, when we rest, we got a number of things that we can do. We got level up, unlock talent on down the line. However, we have not unlocked those things yet, so I can't even move up there right now. So right now, we're in Hermes Fortress, and we're searching for the cores. That's what we're doing there. And we got our NPC friend that we're going to meet here in a minute. You can see your little spirit there. All right. Feathers as lethal as iron arrows pierce their weaknesses. Critical attacks and feather attacks. So when a green light appears before an enemy attack, they will perform a critical attack that cannot be deflected. Instead, Corvus must move out of the range or use a feather attack. Use L2 to throw a feather and interrupt the enemy attack just before the enemy's critical attack hits Corvus. Corvus will regenerate thrown feathers over time. Feathers will also leave wounds on the enemy and stop them from healing. So you see in the video animation there, they go into a critical attack there. You gotta hit them with a feather and it'll break it, or you just get out of the way and dodge it. Sometimes dodging is the best strategy. So this guy already sees me here. There we go. I got my dodge on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. See, so now that I have that green going, his little green bar is showing there. I'm trying to get out. That ain't working. I was already in the middle of a claw animation. That wasn't good. Alright. We'll heal up here. I tried to feather him, but I was too late. Too late. I'm not doing well with this soul feather attack. There we go. I got him that time. I tried to deflect. All right. Yep. So here we go. So we got our first death. So memory interrupted is what it says when you die. Like I said, guys, I'm really trying to play a little differently here. I'm trying to do more deflecting and things like that. So a little rough around the edges. We'll get it. All right, memory shards. When Corvus's health reaches 0, his memory is interrupted and converted into memory shards. Corvus can retrieve his lost memory shards at the location where his memory was interrupted. Corvus will acquire memory shards from defeating enemies. Memory shards are used to level up Corvus. So that's basically our currency for leveling up. All right, let's go try this again here. All right, I am a little bit sloppy right now. A little bit sloppy. Heal it up. Okay. There we go. Yeah, see, he was too close. Couldn't get him. Oh, I didn't see he was doing that. I didn't see he had that attack on me. All right, so I got his sword attack. Let's light him up. There we go. There we go. Got him. That was an excellent kill animation there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Anything left? Nope. All right, let's go through here. All right, we got the resident's diary. How did all this begin? They said that an accident occurred on the day of the king's birthday. Previously, the plague was only spreading outside the kingdom, but after the outbreak, all have gone mad. All right, going on up here. I don't remember this tutorial area being so long, so it's kind of nice. So I like that there's a little bit more to it. All right, so we're gonna explore over here. Nothing here. All right, lots of dead bodies that have been presumably eaten away by the plague. These spear enemies are not fun. They're kind of a pain, to be honest. we got our second death. That's all good, guys. So this also is good. I like that. I like this tutorial in that it's not incredibly easy. So yes, it teaches you the mechanics, but it also challenges you a little bit. It makes you really learn how to play this game. So there, as you can see, that enemy that I killed there, he's not there anymore. It's kind of a, we'll say, a mini boss. You don't really see any boss other than the main bosses. You won't see a you know, a big health meter or anything like that shows up. So sometimes you fight a mini boss and you're not totally sure it's a mini boss, but typically if they take more than a few hits, they're likely a mini boss. They give you a hard time, they're probably a mini boss. And these guys with spears tend to be some of the more difficult enemies in the game. They just have a lot of range. But as you can see, you can take them out. You can take them out without too much trouble. There we go. Oh. There we go. It's starting to come back, guys. Alright, paper on the ground 02. The pathway to all regions of the kingdom are either lined with monsters or blocked by soldiers. None can leave and none can enter. They got us all locked down in the quarantine. Alright, I think we're good in this area now, I think. Yep. Nothing. Oh, there is an enemy up there. There's an enemy there, but we can't go up there, so we'll leave that alone for now, and we're going to head up these stairs. I don't like that the L3 is what runs, because, man, I'll tell you what, when you play this game for a few hours, your thumb starts to hurt, man. Alright, here we go. Gonna heal up. And kind of like what's typical from Software games, this boss fight is one you're intended to lose. This is our buddy Varg. An awesome boss design too, by the way. I remember fighting Varg, so I'm doing a little better this time than I did the last time I came through here on my first time. Still don't think we're going to take him out, though. In fact, I'm kind of curious what would happen if we did take him out. Okay. Oh. Body slammed and smoked. And we fade to black. So Philosopher's Hill, this is the area I alluded to. I call it the main area. This is kind of our rendezvous point. So it's the Philosopher's Hill. Here it says, Hermes' kingdom is built on top of a colossal tree. When national issues become too overwhelming, kings of past generation would retreat to the core of this mystical forest. Legend has it that here they can access the wisdom of their ancestors. As such, it's been given the name Philosopher's Hill. So those of you familiar with Elden Ring, this would be like the Round Table Hold. The Round Table of Lost Grace. Alright, this is our friend Izumi. Izumi says, Corvus, you're finally awake. I was worried about you. You were badly hurt. Luckily, you made it back in time. Corvus, do you remember what you did? You need the right formula to use Hermes' answer. So this is basically the whole point of this game, is to remember our past, and then we have to concoct a formula to use for Hermes' answer. That's basically the whole point of this game, what we're going to be doing at the end. It appears that the injury caused you to lose your memory, so perhaps it would be helpful to start with a description of what you still remember. Come back when you've got your memories in order. Until then, you can walk around. It might help jog your memory. Corvus, are you ready to recall? So here, we can continue to recall. This is how we're gonna, this is basically our map of where we can go, right? So we got only one area unlocked, one kind of main mission here. So we're not going to go there yet, but I want to just show you guys kind of, this is Izumi. She's kind of our home base here. Now, it's Philosopher's Hill. There's a lot to do around here, which I kind of find this area to be quite superfluous, and I'll explain why here in a minute. Hermes Royal Bulletin. The families of the Knightly Order petitioned the king to stop sending knights to battle outside the kingdom's borders. The former chairman of the Institute of Alchemical Studies, Emerald, has officially appointed someone to take her position. Emerald said that she wanted someone with even greater abilities than herself to lead the alchemical research in Hermes. The Twilight Circus, hailing from the Sea of Trees, was once again invited to perform in the royal court. As expected, the ringmaster Odur's new performance was received with great acclaim from all who had attended. So there's a circus in the Sea of Trees, and that's kind of an illusion there. Ringmaster Odur, that's going to be our first main boss that we'll be seeing here. Quick spoiler. All right, so we're going to look around here. All right, we got a map menu. Corvus can recall his memories by revisiting locations and quests in the map. More memories and locations are unlocked when Corvus starts to remember. Izame's Journal. Philosopher's Hill is the royal family sanctuary. Every fall, Father would take us here. He says that on the hill, he is not king, but merely a father and a friend. There's no need for formalities here, he would say. After the outbreak, domestic matters became pressing and our visits to this place grew less and less. All right, so over here we can see this map. And like I said, it's kind of superfluous because it's the same thing as if we go to Izame, we can do the same thing. And that's kind of almost everywhere you go in here. There's things you can do. All right, so this is the main area of Philosopher's Hill. There's things you can do in here, but none of them, all of them you can pretty much do by just talking to Izame, which... whatever, cool little area, but I feel like why have it if I can just talk to her. Ancient words by the gate, and it is the exhortation of former kings. He who examines himself shall never be lost. Got a little orb here. Edward the Blessed's notes. What brings me the greatest joy is coming to Philosopher's Hill with the children every year. Watching them run about playing together never fails to help me forget the turmoil in the kingdom. Recently, some strange sickness has plagued the lands beyond our borders. I must make sure our kingdom is prepared. Okay, so this is pretty much the Philosopher's Hill, guys, right here. So what we have just done, that is the Philosopher's Hill, and like I said, all the stuff that's around here, you basically can do all of it by just talking to Izame here. Izame says, Corvus, are you ready to recall? And so we'll continue to recall. And the Sea of Trees is the first mission, but that's going to end it for this first recording here of Thymesia here. Is I just wanted to cover, really the intro to the game, the tutorial, and then the Philosopher's Hill area. And in the next episode, you'll be able to see the playthrough here of our first main mission here in the Sea of Trees. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you want me to make sure I continue to play through this game of Thymesia in all of its glory, please make sure that you hit that like button for me, guys. And that's really the best way that you can say thank you and to let me know that you like what I'm doing and to help me to grow this channel. This is a newer channel. I've been streaming at this point for about 4 months. So all those like buttons really go a long way toward helping me to grow. And the channel has been growing as of late. I have all of you guys to thank for that. And make sure if you enjoy watching somebody play challenging games, if you enjoy somebody helping you to see all the nuances of games, figure out if you like them, and teach you some things as I learn and grow in my abilities as I go through these games as well. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do live stream 5 or 6 days every week. And again, same deal, guys. I stream challenging games. I like to have a great time while I play them and hang out with great people while I do it. So if that's something that you're into, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell notification icon as well. That will do it for this episode, guys. I'll see you in the next one when we get into the Sea of Trees main mission.